Today for Plastic Free July, day 7, we are talking about this really cool, it's a really good named movement called Topless for the Sea. And I'm going to dive in and share what it's all about and how you can get involved, and it's not what you think. Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Cara Michelle and I'm here to help you live your truth. Thanks so much for being here, for taking part in Plastic Free July. Please make sure you comment right now. Let me know what your favorite part has been so far, or what you've learned, or what kind of shifts you've made already from watching these videos, and just your experience, because we're officially 1 week in, so it's pretty cool. So today, Topless for the Sea, and this is all about coffee and tea and the reusable cups that we get that come with those plastic lids on top of them. So I don't obviously have an example, but just like with this one's glass, but like just with this as an example, the top, right? You think about when you go for a coffee or tea, or you're picking something up on your way to work, or you're buying for friends, or you're going for a walk and you're getting a coffee first, right? Whatever it is you're doing, there's two things that are really bad about this for your health and for the environment. As always, right, the lid itself is plastic, so it's not necessarily going to be recyclable. And so it's adding to the plastic problem, right? And that is where Topless for the Sea came in. There's a whole bunch of beautiful eco warrior women who also call themselves mermaids, and I'm like, yes. I love it. I'm a mermaid too. So they are all about helping the sea, the environment, right? And so they started this movement called Topless for the Sea. I believe it was them who started it. And basically it was like, when you're getting your coffee and your takeaway, instead of getting that plastic lid, just don't put the lid on it. Just take the cup itself. Don't put the lid on it. Don't add to that plastic pollution. And what they also added on to that was then, like, obviously bringing your own mug, right? And bringing your own cup, or literally having your ceramic or your glass, like camper mug or something like that you bring with you to the store. You get your coffee or your tea in there, and then you're not adding to any of the waste. And so the first part I mentioned would be the plastic lid, but the second part that a lot of people don't realize is that these cups are actually lined with plastic. So you think about like a cardboard cup, right? And like if it was just a paper cup or a cardboard cup, the liquid would seep through it, because you think about if you get a piece of paper wet or a piece of cardboard wet, and what happens, right? The water starts to soak into it. So because of that, these cups are designed, and they have like a lining of plastic on the inside. And you can think about it, when you see those cups at the end, it's got that like silky kind of like shiny feel to it. It's not just normal paper or cardboard, because there's something coating it. And now this coating inside the cup, actually, surprise, surprise, as per usual, it has chemicals in it. So not only are you now drinking these chemicals and ingesting them every single day, but on top of that, because of the heat of these liquids going into the cups, it does break that down faster, just as we talked about in yesterday's video about the plastic water bottles, and how when the water gets really hot inside, like if you leave a plastic bottle out in the sun for too long, the plastic starts to break down a little bit, and that's when we get those microplastics. So the same thing actually ends up happening with your to-go cups for coffee. So it's really tough, because we think like, I mean, on top of that, the plastic or the paper and the cardboard is obviously not necessarily the best for the environment either, because we're using resources for it. But as I've said on probably many videos now, it's hard to be perfect in this world. And this actually made me really depressed a few years back, because I just was like, even if I try to switch and cut out plastics, but then if I'm using paper or cardboard, even if that's recycled products, like it's still contributing to waste, you know, all of these things. And sadly, because of this physical existence, it isn't possible, I don't think, to be 110% perfect, but we can all do our part and we can all try, which is why any choice and like every little step you make is amazing, and it's worth celebrating, and it's worth being proud of yourself for every step of the way. So to help hook you guys up, make sure you comment "I'm creating a healthy planet" down below, and screenshot and tag on Instagram Real Cara Michelle and Healthy Planet, because we're giving away 2 plastic-free starter kits at the end of the month. And now I want to share one of my favorite products, and I'm gonna have the link for this down below so that you can grab your own if you'd like to. It's called Stojo, and a friend of mine had one, was it last year? A friend of mine had it, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need this, it's so cool. So here we have, look at how small it is, right? It's collapsible. And so you've got your lid, and then you've got this part comes off, which is going to be the sleeve so that you don't burn your hands when you're using the cup. And then it just pops out. Look at how cute it is. I get so excited about my plastic-free stuff, and like my it's like so nerdy, but I just love these kinds of things. I'm definitely Taurus, you know, we like material and we like objects. So even though it's like a coffee cup or for tea for me, it's just like, it gets me so excited to use this. So look at how easy that is. This is something I brought with me this past winter when I was in Australia and Bali, because all you need, if you're like me, I drink tea all day, every day. So all I need is like a mug and I'm good to go. But the easiest thing to travel, to bring on planes. So even when I was on planes, instead of getting my tea in the airplane cups that are then just adding to the waste problem, I got it directly into my cup, which was awesome. It's got the little sleeve on here, and then you've just got your lid. So it's like such a perfect thing to have, and it's actually made out of silicone, and silicone has become one of the kind of popular replacements for plastic. So I actually have a silicone water bottle somewhere in the cupboard, which is really nice because the silicone itself is it's dishwasher safe. You know, it doesn't break down the same way that plastic does. It's a lot easier to clean. You're not getting these toxic chemicals every single time you're drinking it. So like using this, it's BPA free. I just read that on the bottom, but using this, it's like such a great alternative, because we could all carry, this isn't really a mug, but we could all carry like our glass mug around. And if you're working somewhere, obviously you could have your mug there and just like make your coffee or make your tea when you get to work versus always picking it up. But if you are someone who likes that, and that is a bit of like your guilty pleasure to grab a tea or coffee on the way to work or to meet up with friends, then having something like this makes it so much easier and more convenient to still enjoy, but know that you're doing your part for the planet and you're doing the part for your health as well. So this is, as I said, I think I said it, it's by the company called Stojo. You can kind of see it on there, and I will link this down below, and they've got like a whole bunch of different colors, sizes, everything. So this is, I don't think it says on the inside. This one is like a 16 ounce, which is perfect. So for me at least, nice little size, and so easy to collapse back down. You just like, I'll end up taking forever doing it on video, but it's just like so perfect. And then slap that back there. So this is again a traveler's dream. I mean, for me to have this in my purse pretty much everywhere I went was perfect. So I had this in my purse. I had, this is very messy right now, but I had my little cutlery chopsticks in my purse with me. So I had my little traveler kit, and then my reusable or my water bottle. So really, you're all set in terms of like eating out, in terms of stopping somewhere and like grabbing something quick, you know, a coffee to go, a snack to go. You've got your cutlery, you've got your little mug, you've got your bottle with your water, right? So you're all set. So let me know what you guys think about this one, and definitely check out on Instagram, it's Plastic Free Mermaid, and she is one of the many women who was a part of Topless for the Sea. And so also, just like as a side note, not that we need this as a incentive, because I think helping the planet by reducing garbage and plastic should be enough, plus taking care of your health should be enough. But on top of that, most coffee shops nowadays do actually give you a discount when you bring your own cup. So, I mean, it's like 10 cents or 15 cents per cup. But if you are an avid coffee drinker, like, just bring your own. It's so easy. You just wash it when you get home or when you get to work and you're done with it, and then you keep it in your car. So like I said, I have this in my purse. I usually kept a tin, so it's not breakable obviously, but like a tin reusable coffee thermos like this in my car, so that I had that on hand if I decided to stop, and planning ahead so that you're always prepared and you're just like good to go if you do make a last minute stop. So highly recommend this one for sure. It's my favorite. Let me know also in the comments if you have one of these or if you have a similar one, and I will see you tomorrow. And the last thing I do want to say is just the mindset around this, because as I've mentioned in other videos not related to Plastic Free July, but the marketing is such a big thing, and branding, and companies like Starbucks did a great job of marketing this cup, this white cup with that green lady, right? And that is part of like, oh, it's like she's drinking a Starbucks, or like they're drinking a Starbucks, and we know Starbucks is like a little bit more pricey. So automatically we have been taught through marketing and through a great branding campaign to associate that as kind of like a wealth status. You know, in Canada we also have Tim Hortons, and you know, like if you see someone with a Tim Hortons cup, you know, oh yeah, Tim Hortons, right? Timmy's. But that's just like part of the marketing ploy to continue to sell their products. So I'm not saying you don't go there, but I'm just saying, like, I know for myself, there was almost like a status thing for me when I started using my own cup, where part of me was like, oh, but like I kind of miss having that white Starbucks cup, or like I kind of miss walking around with that. And it's like, it's so weird, but that's because that's kind of what we've been programmed to do and to think and to associate things to the purchases we make. So no harm, no foul. You're pretty cool in my eyes if you bring your own reusable one, because to me that just shows that you kind of give a shit. So it's really nice. And I will leave this video here. Finally, I digress. And I will see you tomorrow on the next video.